In this video, I'm going to show you everything that I picked up during the Erin Condren Teacher Lesson Planner launch. Hi, I'm Kristen and I post functional planning videos on my channel. If you're like me and you need a gentle reminder to just keep it simple, please make sure you're subscribed and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm not a teacher and I didn't need a teacher lesson planner, but I got one. It's a thing. I don't know. We'll talk about it. Okay, so I have here the teacher lesson planner, a teacher record book, a stencil ruler thing, the dual tip list markers, planning sticky notes, and then in this bubble wrap here is an acrylic desk organizer. So let's start with the teacher lesson planner. This is an 8.5 by 11. This is like the Erin Condren large size. It's hard to see on camera, but this is the asterisk cover. It is the canvas cover, and I think the color is Pool. If the color is different, I'll put it on the screen because I think this is important. There's not enough contrast for this to be a choice for this cover. It's very subtle if that's your thing, but it's kind of boring. I thought it was going to be more obvious, blue with the white asterisks, but you can't even see them. The other thing is that this comes with the stencil ruler, the snap-on coil clipped stencil ruler that we got on the new life planners. So that is really cool. If you're purchasing the teacher lesson planner, you're also going to get this, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it off and just move it, and I'll just show you the back cover, which is just plain as well. Let's open it up. So this year, Erin Condren offered a new layout for the teacher lesson planner because so many people were buying the previous layout and changing it to this layout. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is the vertical layout. All the cover confetti is all stuck in here. So we have our name page here. There's no vellum in the teacher lesson planner. We've got to make some space for this gigantic planner here. Okay. And you turn the page and you have your all about me page and some events and volunteers information. I chose the colorful Evolve design. You can also get this in bold blooms, but not canvas. Okay, so the all about me page has more spots to put your name, even though you have it right here. I don't know. Whatever, but it has name, school, year in the circle, and then over here it's got email, phone, and address. And then here's a place you can list your classroom resources, and here's a place to list professional development. Now, I'm not a teacher, so the way I would use this would just be to cover this with either whiteout or a sticker or some washi tape and add another sticker on top of that to label this for other types of things. The same here, you can just kind of change this to make it how you want to use it. You can also use some like large format stickers even to cover this kind of stuff up. I would probably just cover it with a regular 1.5 inch wide label and change this to whatever I want it to be. And over here we've got events and volunteers, and you've got 2 blank lists and classroom events and dates. So again, you can just kind of retitle that to fit your life and your home and however you want to use it. On this page you have a contact tab, and right here it's a communication log. So this is meant for when teachers need to call home and talk to a parent or something. This is like where they're writing that down to keep a record of that. I don't have any use for that, but I do like this list format, and I'm sure I could figure out a reason for it. Perhaps if you have a lot of medical things that you deal with and a lot of appointments and things, maybe you could kind of like change this page to having like the date of the appointment and the doctor and why you went, something like that, just to kind of keep a record for yourself anytime you have to make phone calls at work, maybe. I don't know. There's all kinds of ways you could do that. You could use this. But again, you can also just cover up the headers and use it however you want. I just thought of something that instead of this being like a contact log, this could be like a maintenance log for your home and your cars and things, like the different things you are doing to keep your home maintained. that might be a good use for these pages. So this tab says 2024, 2025, and this is your your 18 months at a glance. Over here it starts with July 2024, and over here it ends with July of 2025, and that is just like in the life planners. Right here you have a tab that says year plan. And this is like your 12 boxes in the life planner, so you could use this any way. Teachers might use this to list classroom birthdays, or maybe school holidays, or professional development days, that kind of thing. I don't know, it's 12 boxes that are already labeled with the year. This tab says graph, and you have 4 sheets of graphing paper that say things. It says log it, graph it, map it, group it, track it. And then over here it says create seating charts, organize groups, track learning assessments, and log other important information. Because this is graph paper, I think this would be awesome for if you're working on projects in your home. Maybe you could draw your floor plan on here. You could do like a year in pixels here. You could do like a mood tracker, a sleep tracker, all kinds of stuff like that. And you have 4 pages, so it's super versatile. Then you have 2-line notes pages. And then this is where you get to the beginning of your month. So in the life planners, we have the monthly spread and then some dashboard pages after the monthly spread. But in the teacher lesson planners, you have the dashboard spreads like before the monthly spread. And it's basically just 2 notes pages that are themed to the month calendar that follows it. And it's all that, that color. Over here, this says practice makes progress. You've got the really pretty evolved design. And right here it says dates to remember in, and then the month. So obviously this one is July, but whatever month you're in, it'll say that month. And then you have 18 spots here for important dates in July. I like these a lot because it's super versatile to kind of use however you want. I could see maybe drawing out my menu plan here, like I like to do my monthly menu plan, and then maybe retitling this section to be like recipes to try or new meals we want to try, or maybe a restaurant night, or just anything like that. I think that would be like a really good spot for that. And then of course this is just a lined notes page that you could use however you want. And then of course we had these. Now these are going to be before every month, so we have them here, but you're also going to have them like here's the end of July, you have 2, and then you have those pages at the beginning of August. So you have a lot of lined notes pages each month here. So let's look at the monthly spread. It's the same layout that you're going to get in all the life planners. It's just bigger, and plenty of room. And I mean, it's a tried and true layout. The only thing different that I notice is that we don't have any dates printed on here, whereas with the life planners it would have said like Independence Day right here, right? It doesn't in here, but there are some stickers, and I'll show you those when we get to those. But this is the new vertical teacher lesson planner. This is similar to the other layout that you might be familiar with the teacher lesson planner, except you might notice over here we've got the dates across the top to make it a vertical layout, whereas before you had your Monday through Friday here, so it was like Monday across, Tuesday across, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? Well, now instead of having those 5, you have 6 across, and then you have your days of the week, your weekdays are broken up into these columns this way, and then you have a full column for Saturday and a full column for Sunday, which is really pretty cool. And then right here it's got the month and a spot for top priorities and a spot that says meetings, and then you have a checklist right here. There's no mini calendar on this page. I'm not sure if there was a mini calendar in the horizontal version or not. I should dig my old one out and look at that. But I think this is a really great use of space. Again, I'm not a teacher, so the meetings could work for weeks that I do have meetings, but I don't have a meeting every week. I don't know, do teachers have a meeting every week? I'm not sure that needed to be titled meetings. It could have just been titled like to do or errands or just tasks or something like that, or just something like important. I think that would have made it a little more versatile even for teachers. So, but either way, it's still really cool, and you could easily cover that up with like a script sticker or just write over top of it with your dual tip marker or something. I think it's pretty cool. And you have these little things over here on the side that you can kind of label out how you want this, each of these boxes, like what do they represent. Whereas if you're a teacher, you're breaking it up into each like class period. If you're a teacher of younger children, then you would just say like, okay, this is math, science, social studies, English, PE, specials, that kind of thing. Just as a regular person, I might have, you know, this is for like important like errands or appointments that day. This is any kind of important tasks that need to be done that specific day. You know, cleaning menu, stuff my kid is doing, self-care. So there's a lot of different ways that you can break this up. Whereas with the regular vertical life planner, you only have those 3 boxes. And then with your hourly, if you don't like having those hours printed on that page, this is another option. Of course, this one is only available in this large size. You're not going to have the 7x9 size in this. And then, you know, your full columns for Saturday and Sunday. So that is how every week looks. And then, like I said, you have your 2 line notes pages, and then you go into the next month, and it's themed in that month's color, and then you have a different quote up here at the top. Whereas in July, I think it said like practice makes progress or something like that. Practice makes progress. And then this one says create the world you want to live in. So every month is going to have a different one. Since this page is on the front of your calendar, you don't have that pretty tabbed page that we do in the life planners that has like the artwork on it and the quote. So that's what's over here, and then you've got like the design up here. So then we get all the way through to, this is just a July to June version, and so June is going to be my last month in here, and then at the end of June, you've got that first week of July, and then you have your 2 notes pages at the end of the month, and then this says checklist, and then you have this like checklist here, and it says student checklist, use these columns to keep track of permission slips, turned in assignments, and even test scores. And this is like kind of neat because if in your class, you always have the same kids in your class, you could write all their names here, and then basically you can cut right here. There's a line, you can either cut or fold it, and then that way you don't have to rewrite those names every time you turn the page. So that's kind of cool. Just another fun like little innovation there, just to make things a little bit easier. So then you have 20 of those pages, and then the back you have just like this art page, and then you have 4 sheets of stickers coiled in, and these are all teacher themed stickers, staff meeting, no school, after school, all that kind of stuff. You've got stars, apples, exclamation points, asterisks, PTC, parent teacher conference, IEP, and then more of these like circles. And then this one has some apples with first day, 50th day, 100th day, last day, reminder. I really like these. These are cute. I love these, the little notebook paper stickers, and just some other little things that say break, testing. These are just some different labels that you can use throughout the planner, some washi strips with some quotes on them, and then the regular labels, which I just love these labels. And these look like they're sized for regular, like 1.5 inch columns. So they're going to fit for sure in those weekly boxes. Then you have a double-sided pocket folder. And then this is, there's one of these included in your teacher lesson planner. It's a clear like document sleeve that's coiled in. You have the option to add more as well for an extra fee, but I just kept the one. And so this will fit a full 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And then these are those holidays that I mentioned before, and so they are dated for the entire year starting July 2024, and then it goes through December of 2025, and then you have the date that the holiday falls on, and then a little strip that allows you to add those dates in if that is important to you, just like that. So those are nice if that is like your thing and you want to have those holidays in your planner. Go ahead and do that. And then you have the back cover, and that is your teacher lesson planner. So there's a weird thing going on here where they kind of punched my cover wrong, but that's okay. So I got this one just because it was a new layout and I just really liked the idea of it, and I just wanted to try it. And having a YouTube channel where I talk about Erin Condren planners, it kind of makes sense to do that kind of stuff, even if I didn't really need the planner. But, you know, it gives me an opportunity to just kind of try it and play with it and let you know what I think about it in case it would work for you. But what I'm thinking about using this for is really to keep track of all of my son's school things. He's got a lot of high school level classes coming up next year. When he's in 8th grade, he's going to be taking like half of his classes are all high school classes, and so there's going to be a lot of extra work for him to deal with. We're still working on him staying on top of his things, and it's just important to me to know what's going on so that I can remember to bug him about making sure he's keeping up with all of his stuff. And plus he's got some activities to keep track of, and I've got some school related activities that I need to keep track of, and I just thought that this would be like a good place to keep track of that kind of stuff. I wouldn't be using it as my planner. It's really, it's more like the stuff that I write on scratch paper all the time and then like have to find on my desk. I'm thinking that this is what I want to do each week when I sit down to do like my weekly reset and kind of just making sure I'm prepared for the next week. I always look at my son's school calendar and see what's coming up, see what kind of tasks need to happen, and what kind of homework and tests he's got. And I think that this would be like a cool way to try out this planner and just see. I definitely don't need anything this big, and I definitely could have used other things, just like even just like a weekly notepad kind of thing to get that task done. But because I wanted to try it for the channel, I thought, why not use it that way? So that is how I'm intending to try it out at first. If it becomes too cumbersome and just I'm not using it, then maybe I'll try out, you know, content planning in here. Maybe I'll try out like menu planning or even like self-care tracking. I'm trying to be better about self-care this year. And so, I mean, that could be something that whenever I'm in the right headspace to kind of focus on that more, maybe I can, you know, track a workout and then like a hygiene, all my hygiene type related self-care, the food I'm eating and my sleep and my cycle and all that type of stuff. This might be a good place for that. And a book like that isn't a book that I'm ever going to need to take with me anywhere, and so it doesn't matter how big it is. So that's just kind of my options for how I might play with this. But like I said, it's not going to be something you're going to see here on the channel unless you request something showing it. But that is the teacher lesson planner. I think it's really cool. I wish I would have picked a different cover, but I thought this was going to look a lot cuter than it ended up being. Okay, so then in my box, they sent me this, and I did not order this, and I don't know why it's in my box. I thought it might have been like maybe a free gift with purchase or something, but usually it says that whenever you're ordering, and I don't remember this being a free gift with purchase. But let's open it up, and I'll show it to you real quick in case it's something that is useful to you. But I'm gonna keep this handy because I'm going to put it back in there in case I want to gift this to somebody. But it's the Inspire Design. It's like a saddle stitched notebook that looks to be about 7 by 9. It's not A5 like the petite planners, but it is, the construction is like the petite planners. It's like the same cover and the same stitching on the side. It says the future is bright, and here's what it looks like on the back. And then inside you have teacher record book, and then you've got a spot to write out your class schedule and the times, and then a space to list your classroom events and dates, more communication log pages, 2 more, so that is 4 total. And then you've got 4 graph papers, and then you have that checklist. And I believe most of this book is going to be, half of it is notes pages. So a lot of those checklists, and it does still have that line that you can cut so that you don't have to keep rewriting your students' names. And then in the back half, you have lined notes pages. So I don't know, this is pretty neat if you don't need, say if you do all of your curriculum online, I know a lot of schools do that now, and you might not need to write everything down like that in a lesson planner like that. This will help you kind of have a space for your notes and your communication log, and then these cool checklist pages. So that's really neat. I think these would be some really good teacher gifts, especially for people who have if you have like a few kids, it's hard to get something like this for your teachers as like a teacher gift, because they're pricey, right? But something like this might be more manageable. So that is the Evolve Teacher Record Book. So next I have the Planning Sticky Notes 8-pack. And when I saw these, I knew I needed them because I love Erin Condren sticky notes. This one says plan, prep, goal, today's top 3, don't forget, to do, contact, and reminder. So those are super cute. As someone who's not a teacher, I could still use all of these. Even this one that says prep, usually like that's prepping for class, since once class starts you can't leave, so you need to be prepared. For me, I do a lot of meal prep, and then I also prep for videos and things, and so I think this still is going to come in handy for me, even though I don't need it for what it's, traditionally intended for. And then even contact, there's always someone that you need to call or email or something. And I think I can use all of these, and I love that they're in different colors. And then one of the things that I got that I think is so cute, and it's a really neat way to use these, is this acrylic desk organizer. Now I kept it in the packaging because I just wanted to show you how they packaged it to keep it safe. I've purchased the Erin Condren acrylic desk organizers in the past, and they've been cracked, and they've had to send me new ones. And so this is all bundled up. I haven't even opened it yet because I wanted to show you how well they packaged it. And then there are even more of these bubble wrap sheets all around the box. So like this wasn't moving at all. So I'm gonna pull this out of all this bubble wrap now and then show it to you. This is the acrylic desk organizer. It's 8 compartments. So it is in this plastic, like clear box. But once you pull it out, it's got really cute like asterisks on it, and it has 8 compartments here. In all of the photos of this, it shows like each one of these in this, like on your desk. I kind of feel like even though they fit perfectly in here and there's 8 of them and 8 compartments, I think it's neat like that, but that's definitely not how I will be using this. I feel like that's kind of like a little bit of a waste of space. But I love the concept of it, and I have so many other sticky notes that I will definitely be like playing with all the ways I can use this to organize my desk. And let's see, can I fit all of them? I can fit all of them into one. So you have all of these other spots here for different types of sticky notes and other little things that, you always have laying around your desk. I have all of this kind of stuff just kind of like sitting here, right? Your pens are all going to stick out like that, but if you have, maybe like this up at the top of your desk with your writing space, and then you can see everything you have, it's pretty neat. And I just love little stuff like this, and so I definitely wanted to try it. And I'm glad I did. It's nice quality. It actually feels really sturdy and thick. Like I wouldn't even be worried about this breaking, but they definitely wrapped it up nice and tight in that bubble wrap. So There's the desk organizer. These two things have been around for a while. These aren't new, but I never purchased them. And I decided I finally wanted to give them a shot. I haven't heard great things about either of these, which is one of the reasons why I didn't really jump on purchasing them when they were new. I have been curious about them though, so I did decide to go ahead and grab them. Let's start with this. You know I love a good stencil. So this is the meal planning metal stencil bookmark. I liked the meal planning one because I like the Monday through Sunday. I don't know if you can hear this well, but it's like a metal. It's kind of like flimsy, like it can get, you know, smashed and bent on something. And then you do have this little clip here so that you can clip it to your page, which is nice. I like that it sticks up like that. If you are a bottom tab bookmarker like I am, you could do it that way too. And so that's really cool. And it is a 6-inch ruler, and then you have 15 centimeters on this side. There's a check box, a circle, a line, a check mark, and then Monday through Sunday. So let's go ahead and grab this. Now, this pen is an Erin Condren pen, but I have replaced the ink inside with a Pilot Precise V5 RT, and that gives it like a really fine needle point, and we're gonna try this out with that because it works really great with my other stencils. So the check box, the bullet point. Oh, there's also a shopping cart on here that I didn't mention. We've got like a line. Let's see if this shopping cart looks like a shopping cart after we draw it. These kinds of things I feel like don't really make the best little stencil pieces. The check mark, and then, so there's that. I mean, it looks like a shopping cart. I don't know how often I would use it, but it's cute if you don't want to use stickers. So I wanted to line up the letters just to see how big they were. And let's put the bottom of the letter on a line. Oh, this isn't super easy to do. And it doesn't really look all that great. I don't know. I'm being nitpicky about it, but I'm not sure. Really, I'm not sure now doing this that it's something that I am going to want to fiddle with. It's not the prettiest. If you've used this, or if you're a stencil user, do you have any tips of how these are supposed to work? Maybe we'll use a highlighter or a marker or something and see. And that one just, that one is really bad. I did a terrible job on there. Yeah, these are not looking great. I am not really impressed with these. So, I would say if I were gonna go back in time, I would not purchase this. I think it's a really neat concept, but once I actually start using it, it's kind of like meh. I also question why we need 2 S's in a row. I guess if you want, that way they're all lined up. Like if you do Monday through Sunday, just like this, and it only takes up this much space, and then you can write your meals there, but it doesn't line up with any of the lines in, like on the Erin Condren notebooks. So I don't know. I feel like this needs a little more finesse. Like maybe if it was just a guide for just a single line, like, you know, I don't know. Like, I don't think it needs to be block letters. Maybe it'll look better with a marker. Maybe if I use one of the newer Erin Condren dual tip markers that has like one of these. Let's try that. Let me get a nice bold color so we can see. So this is the medium point, not the chisel tip. And let's go ahead and just draw these. Let's go down here. It's definitely, it fits them, but it doesn't look, I don't think it's like cute. Like, I don't know that this is the move. Okay, it does look better than that. It looked kind of questionable while I was using it, but it does look way better like that. Okay, so now I can see that looks a lot better, and I'm gonna use it that way from now on with this medium point of these dual tip markers. That makes it look really good because this is a hot mess and I don't really like it. Let's see what like the shopping cart and stuff looks like. So let's say I'm gonna order my groceries to be delivered on Saturday. So I'm gonna put the shopping cart next to the Saturday. Oh, you gotta be careful. It leaves, I don't know, residue from the marker on there. Shopping cart, order groceries for Saturday. So let's just kind of draw that. Oh, the little handle on the shopping cart is too thin to fit. You gotta like kind of use it like dot it like a stamper. Okay, you know, it's okay. Let's see, these, sure, they got delivered, so let's use our check mark. I don't know that you need a stencil to make a check mark, but anyhow, that's cute. Let's see, where did my pen go? Now that I drew the shopping cart out, can we outline it with the pen and make it look cute? I don't know. There's potential if I wasn't like on the spot trying to figure it out. There's potential. And then I guess you would say, here, let's do this. And let's see, let's do this like dividing line. You could kind of like draw your lines to divide each day maybe, and then write out like your menu, perhaps, like, you know, tacos, spaghetti. I don't know. It's something. It's fun to play with, but it's not solving any problems for me. But I love a stencil, and I like that these look better with it than than drawing it with the pen. Okay, let's do these now. So these were another thing that I've seen in the past and I've been intrigued by, but I've kind of just not ever wanted to try it. I think when they first came out with this concept, it was for the teachers, and it had like the red X and stuff like that for like grading papers and stuff. And if I could open this, that would be awesome. Why is this in a different kind of package than these? Like, it's the same size and shape, but it's like impossible to open. Okay, here we go. So this is a 6-pack of checklist dual tip markers. There's a bunch of different versions of these. Like I mentioned, the teacher version. There's also like budgeting ones and some other things. I got this set because I thought it would have the most things I would actually use on it. And some of them have black tips on one end and some of them match the ink. So let's just kind of go through them. The gray one is a check box for list making. And it's just like a little stamper. So that's kind of cool. This one I can see being the most versatile, although it has a gray fine point, and this looks kind of weird, like it's pushed in. I wish it had black. I wish they all had black on one end, but that's okay. So you've got your gray check box, and then this one is navy, and then this one's a check mark. Okay, that's cute. I I think this would be really cool in this, like to make your like your checklist pages in your record book kind of thing. One, it'll just keep them looking neater, and two, you can use the different colored check marks to maybe indicate a different thing, like it got turned in, but maybe the pink one means that it was turned in late. I don't know. Kind of cool. Let's see. Let me go in order of the colors. The navy one has a black fine tip on it. And here, let's write. This is gray. And then we have orchid, which has a check box. I mean, if you want super perfect stamp patterns whenever you do it, just go slower. I think there's potential for it to be nice and perfect, but I don't know. I'm not a nice and perfect kind of girl. Not anymore. Too old for that. So this is orchid. Okay, and then we have lagoon, and this is a check mark again. And then the lagoon has a lagoon colored ink on the fine tip side. I'm wondering why they did that. Like, why did the navy get black and not navy, you know? And then we have aloe. Aloe has a check box. And then a black fine tip. Okay, and then hot pink has a check mark. What? Oh, and hot pink has a check mark, and that one looks better. The navy and the hot pink check marks look better than the lagoon. The lagoon is kind of, I don't know, not very saturated. And then you have a black fine point, and I can't write. This is a hot mess. I can't write one color with another color. That was hard. I was trying to write hot black. Okay, so these are fun. I'll probably leave this one out, like leave it handy where I can actually use it. These are probably just kind of gonna get stored away. I don't know, maybe I'll leave the navy because I do like those check marks, and see if I use it. We'll see. We'll keep these handy. These will probably just get put away. I'm not sure that I would use them all that often, but these I think are the most functional for me. Oh, and that's neat. It tells you on here that this is the fine point side, and this says square, and this says check mark. So that's pretty cool. So that is everything that I got from the Erin Condren Teacher Lesson Planner launch. And I'm excited to play around with it and see. It's just something fun. I think if you are a teacher, you will probably get a whole lot of more use out of this. And if you don't mind the size of the teacher lesson planner, I think that it would be a really good chance to have like a new kind of layout. I think that the teacher related things inside are easy to cover up and like make unique for your planning style and what you need to keep track of. And I don't know, I'm looking forward to playing with it, and maybe I will show some photos of this on Instagram or something, or at least in my community tab here on YouTube. So that is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really liked it, please consider subscribing, because I post functional planning videos on my channel a couple times a week. And if you liked this one, you'll probably like those ones too, and I would love to see you in the next one. Until then, embrace your imperfections and just be you. Bye.